to a brand new story. We're going to be playing Dracula, a love story. I've heard people say that this is pretty dope. So we'll see how this goes. I'm very intrigued. So go ahead and start. It's a whirlwind of palace secrets of the Ottoman Empire, love and hatred of the crown princess, also friends and enemies who've been living for an eternity. Okay, very interesting. And this guy just said, like for a face claim that he looks like Luke Evans. And I think I understand now, because when I was looking for like a picture for the background of my little thing, I saw that he played in Dracula Untold. So that probably makes a lot of sense of why they picked him to use as a face claim for one of the love interests. So, oh, this is interesting. Oh, crap. Get a picture. Yeah, so it kind of seems like there's like a time jump or something, or we're playing in both time zones. I don't really know. This guy is gorgeous. He's pretty cute too. Wow, okay. This looks different. Wow, even all this looks different. Wow, it's crazy. It looks good. The story is about to begin, but first, choose the main character's appearance. Okay, so we have the girl in the cover. That's her little outfit that she's wearing right now. Then we have an olive skin tone, a very fair skin tone, a dark brown skin tone, or fair skin. Have I ever done an olive skin tone before? I kind of like the idea of her. I'm between her and this one as well. She looks really cute. Let's try an olive skin tone. I like it. Let's talk about hair. Chestnut romantic locks, blonde romantic locks, black loose braid with highlights, ginger, sunny blonde bob with bangs. I wish I could just give you all the time, get them in all the colors. I kind of like her with chestnut hair. Yeah, and we have this outfit, but we can change this. I think they give you a few more options. Leia is her default name. But you know, we're Melody. Alright, let me see those other outfits. Let's see, unforgettable. Oh, should we start with the hair and then work our way down to the outfits? Oof. Okay, let's go back to the current outfit. Let's go see hairstyles first. Okay, so we have City Glam. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like the little braids in a bun. Northern Lights. Ooh, that's pretty cool. The color on that though is really cool. Catwalk, interesting. I like the curly waviness and the little what do you call it, like baby hairs that they put on there, like, that's pretty cool. Or a current hairstyle. I'm kind of in a City Glam. I don't know if I like the color of the hair though. I like the color on this. And then we have that. Okay, now that we know what the hairstyles are like, let's get them closely in our mind. Okay, we got it in our mind. Let's go back. Actually, I think I want to start with the outfits. Okay, so we have Unforgettable. I don't know how that's unforgettable. That looks very strange. Then we have Grunge Queen. Wow. Okay, it's an interesting start. I'm kind of like it. Barbados. Whoa. That bubble thing is a little strange, but at the same time, I'm kind of digging it. Or current outfit. I don't know. We're changing the outfit. We're not choosing this. It's in between Grunge Queen, which would go well with the second hairstyle as well. And then Barbados, which go well with the last outfit. I think they're corresponding with the hairstyles, I think. This is a little strange, but I'm kind of with it. But to get this, we're going to need a few more gems. So let's go ahead and do that. Should we add have I done? I have enough gems now. Okay, let's go. Jesus. All right, look at those hairstyles, please. All right. So I'm in between these two with this outfit. I think we're gonna go for this one. It's a look. It is a look. I'm kind of down for it. There we are. This is us. This is us. This is what we do. This is what we look like. Oh, I changed it back the other way. Okay. Before we begin a story. Oh crap! I didn't mean to go out there. Already messing up. Okay. I can't get where I want to go. That's fine. We'll be able to get there in a little bit. I'll wait. Excellent. The story begin. Chapter 1. News from a past life. I don't like the blood that's there, but saying that it's a vampire story, probably should get used to blood, yeah? The story mentions real people and events from the past. However, the plot is completely fictional and does not claim to be historically correct. Somehow, my steps are completely silent in this dark and empty passage, but his steps echo with heavy, loud thuds. Whoa! What's with that amulet? I'm just gonna warn you, I'm gonna be taking pictures. This is what I do. There's a stone wall ahead of me. I have nowhere else to run. He's so close that I feel his icy breath down my neck. I turn around sharply. Excuse me? And we just being chased by a freaking mannequin. What the heck? His hand with long, crooked nails reached for the big sky, blue diamond shining on my neck. Oh, big sky, blue diamond shining on my neck. Oh. Give it to me. Give it. His whisper is surrounding me, leaking in through my skin. You'll never get it. Never. I try to shield myself with my hand, and his sharp nails sink into it. Whoa, look at this room. Wow. Then I wake up. The stranger's hand was still burning with stinging pain. Finally, I found the switch and saw 3 wavy, bleeding stripes on my hand in the dim nightlight. Claws. Romania, Bucharest, the Vampire's Den Hotel. Trying to clear my mind, I headed to the bathroom with shaky steps. I saw that the blood got on my clothes. I undressed and turned the shower on. Streams of hot water ran down my body, both warming me up and calming me down. I wrapped a towel around my torso and pushed the bathroom door. Now I should get a band-aid. Right in front of me, there was a tall, dark figure in a hood, and I certainly wasn't dreaming anymore. What's up with this? You're about to make a choice. Choose wisely, as each of your decisions affect the story in some way. Usually your first choice doesn't. Okay. I wonder what the different routes are. So, let's decide, are we a screamer or a puncher? Right now, I'm gonna say a puncher. So, I hit him somewhere under the hood with all my might. Ow. He moaned and clutched at his face, and the hood fell off his head. The dawning sun shone on his form. Quite a punch you've got. He kind of looks like the guy on the front cover, except with short hair instead of long hair. He has like an interesting amulet necklace as well. The guy's cheek sported a distinct print of my fist. No way, a girl beat me? He tossed a lock of wavy ginger hair off his face and tried to smile, but instead he winced in pain and touched the bruise carefully. I scared you, didn't I? Sorry, the name's Leo. That goes with the necklace, yep. Okay, okay. Try and check him out a little bit. I live in the next room, and my cat's gone missing. Oh, that smile's a little strange, though. Gotta be honest. What are you doing here? What does a cat have to do with this? I caught my breath, looked at my scratched hand, and then the realization hit me. Your cat, you say? Oh, So in my dream, I might have been scratched by the person, but in reality, I might have been scratched by his cat. I looked at him defiantly and saw him looking not at my face, but lower. Leo was staring at my boobs. Hey. That's when I felt the towel about to fall down, not clinging to my body anymore. Oh. At the same moment, Leo's hand darted towards me and caught the towel mid-air, pressing it against my body. His warm touch raised a wave of goosebumps all over my skin. Got it. He adjusted the towel swiftly and secured it behind my back. Okay, wow, we're already here. We're already here with these pictures. I'm going to zoom out somewhere so I can get a full snapshot. We're already here, dude. His hair looks better here than it does in like in the image that they showed. Enveloped in his strong arms, I got confused. A blush covered my cheeks. On the contrary, Leo remained unabashed as I was simply helping his little sister dress up. I felt a tiny sting of frustration. There you go. Now let's look for it. Nosferatu. Nosferatu. That's a common spell that I see, especially a lot in Fire Emblem. Nosferatu. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm curious now.
Nosferatu.
Okay. Nosferatu. Apparently. Nosferatu. Okay. Look for what? My cat. Nosferatu? He must have gotten in here through the balcony. I thought this room was empty, so I climbed over to get him. Leo's gaze landed on a flower bouquet next to my bed. Lilies? Who keeps lilies in their room? He's allergic to them. The poor thing starts scratching and suffering right away. People keep lilies in their room when they like them and they don't have a cat that's allergic. It's not my fault that you can't keep control of your cat and your cat came over and crawled into my room. So, you can get the hell out and take your cat with you. How about that? Sorry for not being properly prepared for your visit. What about my suffering? You should have kept a closer eye on your beast. I waved my wounded hand in front of Leo's face. Oh, he got you good. It's all because of lilies. They make him mad. Alright, I'll have to patch you up. Where's the first aid kit? Over there, in my bag. Leo sat me down on my bed and started treating my wound with iodine, carefully, even tenderly. It seemed that he forgot about his face, but I felt guilty. Thanks. Now it's my time for me to play doctor. Don't move. I took the anti-bruising ointment from the kit, took Leo's chin with one hand, and started working on his bruise with the other. Leo watched my actions silently, with curiosity. Somehow it made me terribly embarrassed. There you go. Get his name. Good. Now we need to find a cat. Can you help me? Some choices have a cost in diamonds. They can unlock special outfits, give access to exclusive scenes, or change attitudes towards you and your companions. Try it now. I think I'll pass. No, we need to find this cat so we can get it out of my room. Dude. I'm curious to see my nightmare, and I think I heard rustling over there in the corner. Leo and I squatted and stared into the darkness under the table. Nosferatu. I think Nosferatu? I've already forgotten how to say it. That's so sad. I've already forgotten.
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. Nosferatu. Okay, I got it. Nosferatu, kitty kitty. Our bodies touched in the cramped space between furniture. I lost my balance and grabbed Leo's shoulder, and he caught me by my waist. How does this keep happening? Dude, we're now like 5 minutes in, and we've already been like in intimate situations with him twice. Like, what is even going on? I'm so confused. When I found myself in his embrace, the memories of him treating my hand and wrapping me in the towel in a brotherly way came flooding back. I felt awkward and disappointed again. I wanted to crack a joke and shake this feeling off. But when I raised my eyes on Leo, all the words disappeared suddenly. That time there wasn't anything brotherly in his gaze. Leo's green eyes were full of curiosity and something ravenous, an explosive mix. His keen glance sliding over my face and body seemed palpable. It raised a wave of heat inside of me. Our faces were too close, dangerously close, and as if enchanted, I stared at his lips. Leo's fingers glided down my cheek and removed a lock of hair from my face slowly. Then his firm hand rested on my neck. Your relationship with Leo improved. And the cat comes out. Something jumped from under the table and darted around the room. Leo caught the cat and immediately wrapped him in a tender embrace. He looked so grumpy. The completely bald and vicious snout stared at me with hatred. Are you afraid of the scary lady, kitty? Don't be, it's... Oh, by the way, what's your name? Are you calling me scary? The second bedroom door squeaked and my sister, who I completely forgot about, emerged from it. Leah? She does not have... She does not have him on her face, on his name. I can't even remember his name right now. You have Max Victor. She does not have Victor's picture on her face. On her what's the name? I can't even speak words. He's from Moonborn, and as a vampire, he fits in this story. Leo? Do you know each other? Why, it's Kathy's brother. She's my classmate. Melody, what happened to your hand, and why are you naked? I'm not naked. Suddenly, I was aware that I was still wearing nothing but the towel. For real, go get dressed or you catch cold. There we go. Caring brother mode is on again. But I really should get dressed. As an apology, Leah ordered room service for us, and soon the three of us were having breakfast on the balcony. Millie was making fun of our morning adventure. He's got tons of prizes for martial arts, Kathy told me. Isn't that right, Leah? Uh-huh. Do you realize who you beat, Melody? Just touch those muscles. Millie took to feeling Leo's shoulder unceremoniously, inviting me to join her. Fortunately, the cat drew attention to himself by meowing complainingly, and Millie immediately switched to cuddling him. I didn't know you had such a wonderful kitty. Something hate me for no reason at all. Yeah, he's great, but he's been depressed for the past 6 months. One animal behaviorist told me that that's because Nosferatu had lost ties to his roots. I've already forgotten again.
Bruh. Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. I need to spell this out. Hold up. Okay, had lost ties to his roots. He needs to be with his family for a while, but all his relatives are in Romania, so we came here. Nosferatu comes from an ancient princely family, and we're going to pay them a visit. Is his family's surname Dracula by any chance? No, why? Because your cat is so noble. Let's be nice. I figured if it's a princely family, it must be really old and regal. And I don't know any other regal surnames in Romania. Leo remembered that you liked his cat. It might look less evil, I don't know. What brought you to Romania? Oh, it's Millie. She's been dreaming of visiting Dracula's homeland for a year now. She loves vampire stories, books, movies, and that one game. Moonborn. Ah, so you're going to visit Brunn, Dracula's castle? Nah, it's a tourist trap. The real Vlad Dracula didn't even live there. I studied his biography and found something way more interesting than fairy tales. Young Vlad was the prince of Valahia, brave and kind, loved by everyone. Valahia is a medieval princedom that occupied the territory of modern Romania. Valahia. But when he was 16, he was taken as a hostage to the court of the Osmanian Sultan for 4 years. Something happened to him there, some dark story. So in 1448, Vlad returned home as a completely different person, grim, aloof, morose. People would say he was just a shell of the prince, like there was something entirely different inside him. Millie turned to Leo and said proudly, Melody always digs up something exciting. I love old stories. I'm a fine art restorer, after all. Such an interesting line of work. It sure is, but it's such a shame that it takes up most of her time. I don't get it. Why can't the old stuff wait while you spend time with your sister? Because somebody probably has to pay the bills. I promise, I'm yours for these 2 weeks. You'll get tired of me. Anyway, today we're going to the Cold Forest, the real Vlad Dracula's burial site. I hope to find some answers there. How do you know where it is? I did some digging. Out of the blue, I felt a tingly touch to my hand under the table. Leo, who was sitting next to me, smiled coyly, almost imperceptibly, just with the corner of his mouth. His hand rested on top of mine, almost covering it. He's funny with me. It's not for me, too early, nice. I guess there's no harm with flirting with everybody until we decide who we like. He's not that bad. I'm not exactly interested, but we'll see how I go. I like Leo's way. My hand in his, it was exciting and at the same time calming. I felt protected. We've only met a couple of hours ago, but it already feels like a long time. Not to me. I relaxed my fingers and Leo's strong fingers intertwined with mine. Our hands laced together and he squeezed my palm. The little secret touch was so warm and thrilling. Leo liked her reaction. Don't even think I'll let you go to the Cold Forest alone. I've rented a car and I don't have any plans for today. At least there will be someone to save you if it turns out the vampires there fancy some fresh blood. Yay, I call shotgun! My phone rang loudly. My boss's name was on the screen. I picked up, listened to his blurry voice with hysterical undertones. Ma belle amie. Melody, I beg you, you must pick them up right now. But Vincent, I'm in Romania. What happened? Quelle chance. The paintings are in Romania. The wonderful canvases are covered in icky building paint, but we'll save them. You'll save these chef d'hors. I'm sorry. I'm not very good with that. Sorry, but I'm not gonna save any masterpieces. I'm on vacation. 15th century, the Osmanian Sultan court, and the people on the paintings. But Turkey had that religious prohibition of depicting people. That's right, the year 1448. The canvases are unique, but those bandits from the Blum Gallery want to intercept them. 1448? Osmonds? Text me that address, Vincent. I'm on my way. What? No, Melody, you promised. Millie, these paintings were created in the same place and time that something turned Prince Vlad into a monster. I've been waiting for a taxi for a quarter of an hour, but it wasn't coming. Millie's really upset, but I can't let this opportunity go. It's a good thing Leo agreed to take her to the Cold Forest without me. I hope they have fun on their walk. Time was running out, and I was starting to fear that the fast guys from the Blum Gallery would be there before me. Finally, a car pulled over, and I heard the driver's voice through the window. Miss Alexandra, what's the destination? A girl stepped from a shop across the street, heading clear to the car. I guess the taxi arrived to pick her up. Some choices affect your bravery or luck. What do you rely on? Do I want to be brave or lucky? Let's see what the choices are. Brave or lucky? It's her taxi and I'm stealing it. Sounds brave. Waiting for mine to arrive is luck, for sure. This one's a clear-cut choice. Do I want to be brave or do I want to be lucky? I hate it not being courageous and Shell's was saying 4, but not everything's going to be the same. The only reason I hated it because somebody died. Oh, do I want to rely on luck though? Luck is kind of a cool ability though. Imagine all the weird crap that could happen because I'm lucky. That's an interesting path. That sounds really interesting. Let's be lucky. Sure, I'm in a hurry, but so might she. The girl approached the car, sat in the backseat, and looked at me closely. What do you need to get? Wow. She is pretty. It's far from here. Brasov. You're one lucky girl. Get in, we're going the same way. And it worked out. There you go. Cool. During the whole trip, Alexandra's phone was ringing. She kept explaining something in Romanian to the person on the other end. When we left the city, the scenery became a bit dull, so I turned to studying my fellow traveler. What a peculiar girl, such a mixture of strength and delicacy. Her body's lean and fit, and her lips are so full and sensual. Jeez, Suddenly, Alexandra caught my eyes and winked at me while listening to someone on her phone. We stopped by a little village and Alexandra stepped out. He'll take you where you need to get. I've gotta go. Good luck, doll. She winked at me again. Could be a love interest. Could be. Alright, what's going on here? Such a grim place, so quiet, and there's no one here. The museum was beautiful, yet old and almost abandoned. The doors creaked pitifully, plaster was falling off the walls, and there was cobwebs black with soot in the corners. All of a sudden, a squeaky voice spoke behind my back. Well, 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 who do we have here? Are you from Mr. Blum? I turned around and saw an old man with a wizened, wart-covered and gray face. Some unpleasant feeling shivered through my chest, a mix of fear and disgust, but I tried my best not to give myself away. I'm from Mr. Vincent. My name is Melody Burnell. Burnell, okay. It's good to know my own last name because I don't always know. Very well. I warned both of them. The first one to get here gets the paintings. You see, we're in a hurry to sell them. That's why the price for this rarity is so meager. The old man fetched a round case with 3 folded paintings and unfolded one of them on an easel. I touched the white layer covering the image. It was very pliable. I was told the paintings are covered in toxic building paint, but it's just lime. Alas, it's only this one. Restoring the other 2 paintings will be a true ordeal. He left to get the papers for the deal, and I sat down in an old, bowed chair in front of the easel. Curiosity got the best of me. I found a piece of cloth and started wiping the lime away carefully. Soon, a face revealed itself on the canvas, a handsome young man with burning gray eyes. Wow. The portrait seemed to hypnotize me. I couldn't take my eyes off of it. Dull pain rang through my skull. It was hard to breathe, and I realized I was fainting. What? It was still hard to breathe. Something was squeezing my body right over my waist. Come on, little girl. Breathe in. We've got one last button to fasten. Pretty. Wait, am I gonna be like phasing in and out of time periods, or am I remembering my past life when I pass out? Dear Shahi Khatun, I couldn't do it anymore. I think I grew out of these clothes. 1444, the Ottoman Empire, the Sultan's Palace in Edirne. Your bosom got fuller, that's for sure. This bosom is so uncomfortable. Look, honey, you're 14 already. You can't run around with your friend Aslan like you're some wild animals anymore. Khatun lady, an honor figure dressed to a woman in the Ottoman Empire. Khatun. Okay, you're not a child anymore, and Aslan's a grown young man now. Do you even know what boys think about in this age? If the boys are so dangerous, how come we're going to the same school? Finally, all buttons were fastening up, and Lel swirled around the room happily. Wow, interesting. I never let it. Your teacher came up with the strangest thing. I wonder if he saw such a school in one of his journeys. It had never happened before, to think that girls and boys and princes and captives study in the same class. Sultan Murad ordered it, and y'all will have to forgive me with these names, because I have no idea. Sazadeh Hassan likes studying with us. Sazadeh is the Sultan's son, the crown prince. Sure, your uncle, the Sultan, knows better. And speaking of Sazad? I'm gonna settle for that for now. Sazad Hassan. I saw that he's more cordial to you than cousins should be. Oh, you keep seeing culprits who want to steal my innocence everywhere. Hassan's cordial to everyone, not just me. Suddenly, the chaperone lowered her voice and spoke in suave tone. You should keep your innocence, but not for too long. There's time for everything. What you should do is choose the one who gets it wisely. For example, Hassan. I can't believe I'm hearing something like this from you. Listen to the old woman. People say Sultan Murad wants to leave the throne. That power is a burden for him now. Hassan will be the Sultan, and you can become his wife. He is much better than the captive orphan Aslan. Mel turned red, clenched her fist, and stamped her foot. Even though Aslan is a captive, he's the king's son, and I'm an orphan too. Hassan's got girls he can choose a wife from. He's got a full harem. I should go, Shahi Khatan. I can't be late today. Lil decided to go to the fastest route and get to the stables through the garden. As she approached the blooming oleander, she heard quiet voices. I wonder who's there. I'll just look quickly. I'll hurry to the lesson. Just a quick peek. Lil moved branches with fragrant flowers away and saw a couple kissing passionately. It's Safi, the daughter of the Grand Vizier, Khalil Pasha. But who's the man with her? The Grand Vizier is the main minister and advisor of the Sultan. Okay. Upon noticing Lil, the girl yelped loudly, hid behind her suitor, and lamented. My father will know about it all. He'll send me away, and the things he'll do to you. I ain't gonna say nothing, that's your business. Safi cried bitterly, and the man hugged her and consoled her. Please calm down, Safi Khatan. I wasn't gonna tell anything to your father. Really? Oh, I'm so glad. Safi smiled brightly and wiped her tears off. Sure, you picked an unfortunate place for meetings. I know a better hideaway. I'll show you later. But now I've got to run. Sorry. Okay. Mustafa Hajam. As you know, today the riding class will take place not on the school field, but on the big race course. Hajam teacher, an honorary address addressed to a mentor. Okay, I'm learning the titles a little bit. We'll go there by a narrow forest path, so please, pair up and stay close. Because of her stop at the garden, Lev was late, and all the pupils of the play school had already chosen their horses. Oh. Okay. I'm trying to decide what would have been better. Choosing my horse, or making a potential ally in Safi. I don't know. Lokatan, I see you've had more important business in our lesson. Well then, there's only Burdus left. There was nothing to do about it, so Lil harnessed the last horse and led him to the field. A beautiful black horse titupped next to her, and over her mane, Aslan's shagged ginger head emerged. It's Leo. Quite a racer you've got. Shut up. Oh, the horse is beautiful. Well, his mane is a bit patchy, but who am I kidding? He's terrible, especially next to your geese. Oh, come on. It doesn't matter which horse you've got when you're so beautiful. Thank you. Oh, look. Geese's saddle girth is almost torn. It won't last long. Indeed. How come I didn't notice it? I will get another. Wait for me. Let me grab a picture of him really quick. Aslan left. Soon a handsome, gray-eyed young man rode up to Lil and bowed to her courteously. Sazad Hassan, my respects. Oh, okay, that's the guy from the painting. Okay, good morning, cousin. Good morning. Quite a peculiar horse you've got. I see you haven't found a pair yet. Can I hope you won't reject my company? Sure, it's an honor for me. Aslan, returning with a new girth, watched in astonishment as his friend left with the crown prince. Hassan and Lil were the first ones to ride out, so they arrived to the spot earlier than the other students. They decided to wait for the rest in the shade of the forest by the racecourse. Hassan's favorite hound jumped around happily, getting under the horse's hooves, which made the horses snort petulantly. Then the dog approached Lil and pushed her wet nose to the girl's palms. She likes you, and she doesn't like a lot of people. Look how pretty you are. She's my best friend, one of the few I can actually trust. When you're the heir to the throne, everyone wants something from you, but her love is unconditional. You must have heard already that my father's going to give the power to me. Sure, Uncle Murad's quitting will upset many people. He's a wise and honest ruler, but I'm sure you'll become a worthy successor to him. father's insisting on me marrying, and... Hassan stopped abruptly and turned to her. Lel, I'm sure I could never find a wife better than you. But we're cousins. Hassan took Lel's hand and pressed it against his chest. Some unknown fire was burning in his eyes. You don't know it, but you've become the main reason I hurry to the school. Oftentimes, I don't even hear what Mustafa Hajam is speaking about because I'm too busy admiring you. Lel felt a hot flush of excitement and embarrassment at the same time. It was the first time she was this close to a man, and was also the first time she heard words like those. I know it's unexpected, and I wouldn't dare to demand an answer right away, but may I kiss you now? Unsure where to hide her eyes, a blushing Lel whispered under her breath. I don't even know. I mean, it's my cousin though. It's so weird. Yeah. I'm trying to say it's up to you. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I mean, he's cute, but he's still my cousin. So I'm gonna say it's up to you, buddy. Sazad, you're above me both in age and status. How can I prohibit or allow you anything? I don't want my status to come between us. Forget it. Nevertheless, your answer tells me that I got ahead of myself. I need time, and I'm willing to wait, but please, think about what I said earlier. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I get with the times, that was normal, I suppose, but I don't know. The writing class had been going on for an hour already, and it was almost noon. There wasn't a single tree on the huge race course, and students and horses alike were sweltering. Only teacher Mustafa felt terrific as he sat under a big pashmina held by two servants. What's with the long faces? They're the pupils of the palace school of the great Sultan Murad II, pride and future of the sublime Ottoman Empire. Alright, take 10, then get on your horses again. Lel dismounted and took to fixing the bridle of her racer. Aslan stood nearby, but upon noticing Lel, he turned away, pretending to be busy. Aslan, I'm sorry about what happened at the stables. I really was waiting for you. But I couldn't say no to the Sazad. You understand there's such thing as etiquette. Aslan turned to Lel and looked her in the eye. I could never be offended with you, and you know it. But tell me, Lel, if you didn't feel the need to wait for me as my friend, if there was no etiquette and stupid rules, and if there was just me, just Hassan, and just you, or nothing to anyone, who would you have ridden with? It was the first time Aslan spoke to her with such seriousness in all years of their friendship. Lel understood that she couldn't lie or dodge the question. Some choices made in the past seriously affect the events and relationships both in the past and the present. Choose wisely. Oh! So I'm guessing Hassan is the other guy? So the other guy is my cousin? Now I don't know how to feel. I want to give the other guy a chance too, but at the same time, sure, I'm talking to him. Sure, with you. Of course, I'm flattered by the attention of the Crown Prince, the mature, prominent young man, and I love him as a cousin. But who's always next to me, helping me out, making me laugh, consoling me? It's you, Aslan, my best friend. All of a sudden, Aslan grabbed Lel by her waist, picked her up, and twirled her around, laughing. When Lel got back on the ground and fixed her clothes, she noticed. Hassan stood several feet away, watching the scene closely. Yikes. Did you want something, Sazad? Nothing, Lokatan. I just wanted to ask if you had seen my hound. Hassan is very upset by your attitude. But apparently you didn't, as you were busy. I'm very conflicted, because I think he's cuter, and I probably would rather be with him at the moment, but he's my cousin. It's still weird. I'm not trying to make him mad or anything, but Whatever, dude. Hassan walked away. He's being pretty petty right now. The surrounding world went dark. It smelled like rain. The sky was covered in scary black clouds. A sharp line of light split the horizon in two. Thunderstorm. Everyone, get on your horses. Race to the forest. The teacher's voice got lost in the blast of thunder. Lil, let's go. The race course is the most dangerous place during a thunderstorm. Coming. It was so dark as it was nighttime already. Rain was pouring, turning into a wall of water. In just a couple of minutes, the racetrack grounds turned into a slippery mess. Legs of both people and horses got stuck in the wet mud. Another roar of thunder scared Lil's horse, making him get on his hind legs. The reins in Lil's hand jerked, pulling her over another second, and she'd get right under the hooves. Oh. Hold on. Asan grabbed the reins and helped Lil stay on her feet. When the horse felt the strong hand, he calmed down a bit and then continued their way. It was a little over 600 feet to the forest, with the distance seemed endless. Finally, they saw the life-saving outline of the forest. Under the thick canopy of the trees, the rain wasn't that strong, and the students finally dismounted. Suddenly, a thought pierced Lil's mind, making her shiver with fear. Hassan? Where's Hassan? Has someone seen Sazad? Lightning bolts cut through the sky. Lil's heart skipped a beat. Everyone was running around, looking into each other's faces in the darkness, asking the same question. But soon it was clear Hassan wasn't with them. Unfortunately, Lil's guess was true. He went to look for his hound. He couldn't leave her alone. He couldn't leave her alone in the thunderstorm. Come get him. I'm going to get him. I'm going to go get him. Asan grabbed Lil's arm, holding her in place. You can't help him now. No one can. I'll try at least. I'm coming with you. Mustafa Hajam looked very frightened. He was speaking hastily to the Bastanji, who accompanied the class. Bastanji are palace guards. Okay. The soldiers will come with you. They rushed into the wall of rain again, unable to even see anything at arm's length. Lil knew Aslan was right, but she kept going because she couldn't stay still. Aslan walked next to her, holding her with his steady hand, while the Bastanji plodded on behind. The thunderstorm receded as quickly as it started. Is this when he was taken? Lil heard loud barking and the hound emerged from the fog. My darling, show us where your master is. The dog bustled around their legs worriedly, howling mournfully and tugging Lil somewhere into the fog. In a moment, Lil and the rest of the search party saw. Hassan was lying on the ground, lifeless.
No! God, please, no!
Aslan and the Bastanji rushed to Hassan and knelt over him, doing something, exchanging terrified whispers. Lil turned to stone, unable to move to make a sound. Soon Aslan approached her slowly, took her shoulders and said quietly, Hassan died. He was struck by lightning. Oh my god. The hound thrashed around her master with desperate howls. Her voice echoed painfully through Lil's head. She felt her legs give in, everything around her shifted and slowly disappeared. Before passing out, she heard voices, but she couldn't quite make out the full phrases. The third perished Sultan's son. Curse. Ill fate. The Empire doesn't have an heir. It doesn't. Everything was shaking around me. As I struggled to open my eyes, I realized the custodian was shaking my shoulders. Our time, Romania, Brazov. Honey, I'm okay with you sleeping here, but it's evening already. Evening? There's no way I've slept for that long. Well, it's all because of our air. The mountain kind. I remembered about Millie and Leo. They must be looking for me. Excuse me, I've got to make a call. Of course. I dialed Millie's number 510 rings. No one answered. I scowled in frustration upon realizing I didn't write Leah's number down. Yeah. A, you didn't know him. I wanted to mention this earlier. A, you don't know him. You handed him your sister. You just met this dude this morning. And you didn't get his phone number? My head was heavy and my thoughts raced faster and faster. My god, what was that? It wasn't a dream. It was real. Did I see the past? Why was I there? Not me, Leo, but it's still me. That was like my past life, but I don't believe in past lives. And Aslan is Leo, apparently? How did he end up there? The custodian watched me with sly, observant eyes, as if he wanted to say something. Tell me this. These paintings. How did you get them? Oh, a generous young man gave them to the museum from his private collection. You know, it's surprising. The museum has been here for years, but now the government decided to claim the building. Sure, they gave us the right to buy it back, but the museum doesn't have the necessary funds. That's when the wonderful young man emerged here like a kind angel. He said he couldn't help us by sponsoring, but he could have the paintings. We could have the paintings, sell them, and keep the income. Like, sure, they're covered in paint, but someone would be interested anyway. Painting people at the Ottoman Sultan's court meant death at the time. Whoever the creator was, they were on thin ice. It appears the artist was the only one who dared to do it for many centuries to come. Why did you decide to look for a buyer in the USA? The other end of the world? The benefactor advised us to. He mentioned the galleries that would pay the full price. It was true, neither Blum or Vincent tried to negotiate the price. Sure enough, the miraculous benefactor, a name remained a mystery? Of course. You learned some important info. Interesting. The deal was sold almost immediately. Vincent had already transferred the full sum to the museum's account. I was about to leave when the old man called out to me. Melody, I'm sure you've heard the cliches art works of wonders. Or art is a time machine. You know, sometimes the sayings are more literal than we imagine them to be. What are you going with that? Just thinking out loud. Good luck, Melody Burnell. Finding a taxi for a ride home was easy that time. The road was long and adventureless, and I found myself at the hotel again. Hopefully I can find my sister. Now I can change my clothes. Hold on, I want a picture of her in her outfit, like in the middle. Okay, I'm done. My phone battery died back in the taxi, so I was still unaware of Leo and my sister's whereabouts, and it was alarming me. I just hope they didn't make the police search for me. A car pulled up to the hotel, and two familiar silhouettes emerged from it. Leo, Millie, I'm here. I'm fine. Are you just coming back? Jeez, what happened, sis? Oh my gosh. What on earth? Millie looked disheveled. She'd been crying. Her face and body were covered in bruises and scratches. There was dry blood on her clothes. What the hell happened? Leo, say something. A vampire tried to kill me in the forest. I'm gonna need you to come again. Bravery, luck, soul light. Soul light. Interesting. So this time, like, the magic is not like two choices, you know what I mean? In most stories it usually is like white magic, dark magic, or something like that. You only have soul light. That's interesting. I think I'm liking the look path so far. This story's interesting. I'm a little confused on the ordeal. There's a lot going on. I kind of feel bad that Hassan was mad at me before he died. Is he the other guy in the picture? I mean, like in the front. Hold on. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Is that him there? Kind of looks like him. Kind of not. But if he died, the one that we wanted, that we're talking about, is the one that got captured, right? I mean, because surely the other guy is Dracula. I don't know. Obtaining the other paintings is half the battle. Try to keep them. Okay. Apparently we're about to be completely attacked. Interesting. I'm guessing this is what Aslan looks like when he grows up. Aslan / Leo. And this is Hassan / who knows? Dracula? I don't know. Chapter 2. The new heir to the throne. We got up into our room and I helped Millie wash her face and calm down a bit. Now I want to hear the full story. We came to a settlement that was the closest to the forest. We wanted to ask the locals for directions, but... Our time, Romania, the Cold Village. Excuse me, is this the road to the Cold Forest? Mm-hmm. I guess he doesn't understand us. Let's ask that girl. Hi, do you speak English? I don't even want to ask this one. People don't seem very nice here. Let's go and figure it out on our own. We were driving through a narrow, unkempt road. Suddenly, I felt something was off with the car. The front tire is flat, all because of this. Look. Antique nail. So tiny, and it has these weird symbols. It looks like a dragon. There were tools and a spare tire in the hood, but the keys were wrong, I guess. They might have mixed them up in the car sharing. Leo took so long changing the tire that I got bored, so I decided to walk a little away from... Walk a little away from the car, and path led me to the crossroads without saying crap to anybody. Like, seriously? Don't do that shit. That's stupid. Acacias... I know it's a type of tree, I can't remember. On the left, hazel bushes on the right. I'll go... along the trees, I suppose. I walked past the tall, slim trees. Branches with big thorns were hanging above my head, so I was looking up in caution. Suddenly, my foot stepped on nothing, and I tumbled into a ravine. The bushes scratched my skin painfully. At the bottom, I hit my head on something hard. I squinted in pain, and my sight dimmed. When my vision cleared a bit, I found myself lying next to a big rock. Cracks on its surface formed a pattern. It's the same dragon as the one on the nail. There's also other stones like this. I got up and moved on, spotting another couple of these weird stones. Out of nowhere, there's a wall in the thickets. It was all covered in plants, but it was clearly man-made. There's this dragon again. Something shot up from behind my back, landing on the wall. It was a big, dirty, ugly hand. I turned around immediately. The vampire was not at all like the ones you see in the movies. An actual monster was towering over me. I flattened myself against the wall, found some stick, and hit him in the shoulder as hard as I could. That ain't gonna do nothing. Get off me! Oh, apparently it did something. The stick proved to be an acacia branch with thorns, and I felt how they got deep under his skin. The monster stepped back and tried to shake off the branch. Meanwhile, it took to the running. Help me! Alas, he was much faster than me. A couple of leaps and he got me. He jerked my head back and bared his fangs to plunge them into my neck. Help me! My phone fell out of the pocket and rang in the grass. The monster froze, trying to figure out where the sound was coming from. He picked up the phone and stared at the screen, entranced. His dumb, feral eyes suddenly started changing, becoming more human. But then it stopped ringing and the screen went dark. The beast turned it around and shook it. Then he looked at me with pleading eyes. Suddenly he got angry and threw the phone back into the grass, then pushed me away and disappeared in the bushes. My head spun and I sensed I was falling again. My picture was on the phone. Was he looking like that because it was me? And he recognized me. Could that be the other person? Hassan or somebody else, Dracula? I don't know. I went to look for Millie and found her in the ravine, unconscious. We all stayed silent for a while. I didn't know what to say or even think of her story. Why did he let you go? Was he afraid of the call? I don't think so. The call attracted his attention, but it clearly didn't scare him. Now, the screen. It was Melody who was calling. There was her picture on the screen. It seemed to me that he recognized her. But how on earth would a forest monster know me? This whole story, Leo didn't see the vampire, right? Or patterns on the stone, for that matter. Yeah, the patterns. I wanted to show them to Leo, but they disappeared. Sweetie, what if it was just your imagination? You read about vampires a lot and you said you hit your head. Things like this happen. I don't know. She burst into tears. I hugged her. Let's go to sleep. It's way past midnight. We'll figure this out tomorrow. Leo went to his room and I cuddled next to Millie, who was too scared to sleep in her own bed. My sleep was disrupted that night, and by dawn, I figured there was no use trying to sleep, so I went to the balcony with the paintings. I might be transported back in time again. The city was still asleep, the air was full of morning freshness, and the sun was slowly rising. I spread Hassan's portrait on the table, pulled out a brush from my restoration bag, and started cleaning off lime. Awake already? That's the right thing to do. It's a shame to sleep through the beautiful sunrise. Leo grabbed the railing and jumped to our side in one swift movement. Are you up for the sunrise too? I didn't go to sleep at all. Yesterday I returned to my room and found out Nosferatu was gone again. I didn't even know how he slipped away. All the doors were closed. I'd been looking for him all night, and when I came back with nothing, he was asleep on the pillow as if nothing had happened. What if he never left in the first place? I thought so too, but then I noticed he was all covered in scratches and dirt. I guess he was exploring some bushes? Whatever. He came back, that's what matters. By the way, the air's cool and you're not really dressed for it. Hang on, I'll get you a plaid. He disappeared in the dark room, only to return in a minute, tucking my shoulders with the plaid. Leo, this is very sweet, but... Thanks, sir. Get used to it, it's fine, thanks. What if it's my cunning plan for you to get used to me? My cheeks blushed against my will and my fingers trembled. Damn it, here we go again. Why am I always so flustered like a schoolgirl next to him? He's just a guy. I took the brush and continued working on the painting to hide my emotions. He is gorgeous. Two eyes, my cousin. Still strange. Who's that? Some guy from the 14th century? He looks familiar. The 15th, actually. Do you know something about him? Looks like he was a noble. I really wanted to tell him what I saw in the past, share my guesses and doubts. But should I trust a man I've known for less than 2 days? Will he even believe me? Should you trust him? You trusted him enough to send your sister with him? I'm just gonna tell her, wait, is it bravery? Oh no, that's luck. I assume that being open and honest about it would be bravery. That works out for me because that's the way I wanted to do it. Leo, I say this painting pulled me into the past, into the 15th century of the Ottoman Empire. What? The sun rose from the horizon, painted the skies with an incredible mixture of color and light. I told Leo everything I saw. Leo, Aslan, the death of the last heir to the empire. Leo became pensive and somehow worried. He was thinking about something, but didn't say a word. I know, it sounds ridiculous, and I don't even know what to think. Still, you told me about it. Leo appreciates your trust. Okay. We're in the future, right? We can compare what you saw in actual history. Leo unlocked his phone and typed a query in. It all checks out. Sultan Murad, 3 dead sons, the last was named Hassan. I didn't know that before, I swear. Who was the next sultan? The 4th son of Murad, 2nd. Mehmed. There was no 4th son. Maybe Mehmed was born later? No, in 1430. He must be up here to your Lel. An unknown heir? That's weird for Ottomans. Sultans were accepting of all of their sons, no matter who their mothers were. I guess everything I saw was just a hallucination. Leo approached me, took my shoulders, and looked into my eyes. It's a good thing I found you. Why? Because you're amazing. Why don't we go outside and have breakfast? You still haven't been in the city. I'd love to. I didn't have dinner or even lunch yesterday. I knew my sister was a late bird, so I didn't wake her up and left a note instead. She might be hungry too, though. The cafe just opened, and there weren't many customers yet. We sat at an outside table to enjoy the city's atmosphere. Oh, I love outside dining. It's so nice. It's been a while since I've had a lazy breakfast in the cafe. Too busy with my work. What do you do for a living? I manage security issues for people and companies. I've got an agency. Oh, and also sports. A waiter brought my order. It looked delicious. Mmm. That looks yummy. Oh no, avocado bruschetta. Oh my gosh. Waffles and jam. Oh no, I have a sweet tooth. Oh, but avocado bruschettas. That sounds so yummy. Ah. I need that. While we were having breakfast and chatting, the sun rose higher and the side of where Leo was sitting became too hot. Yeah, you can sit over here. There's still shadow here. Leo sat down on my sofa very close to me. I touched his cheek. I think your face has caught some tan already. Can you feel it? Yeah. He caught my palm and pressed it against his cheek. His light stubble tickled my hand softly. Let's just go with it for now. Yeah. We'll see. I traced my fingers down his face softly. You're prickly. Only on the outside. I'm soft and fluffy at heart. Leo was looking at me amusedly and delicately while I admired the laughter lines in the corners of his eyes. You know, his smile is kind of growing on me. I felt I was sinking in his eyes, dissolving in them, forgetting where I was. Traffic moved past the cafe. A waiter with rattling plates was behind our backs, but it seemed to me that all of it was very far away. Leo's proximity excited me, making my breathing sharper. I wanted to be even closer. Involuntarily, I leaned forward and he mirrored my movement. The distance between us was already minuscule, but it disappeared completely. Leo hugged my waist and pulled me close. His hand slid up my spine and neck. Shivers ran through my skin. He ran his fingers through my hair and pulled me in. I gave in eagerly. His lips touched mine and ravished them. A forest fire erupted inside me. Leo took over my lips and my thoughts. It was like a hurricane, an element you can't fight. All I could do was follow the lead. The passion, the expression, amazing. Some tousled man with the camera appeared seemingly from thin air. Leo and I moved away from each other hastily. What a perfect couple. You'd be the cherry on top of my brochure. How look at that, I managed to snap a pic of you. You can't just go around snapping pictures of random people. That's not okay. We didn't agree to be photographed. Oh, you'll change your mind once you see the pictures. Let's exchange contacts. I'll show you the final versions, and then you can decide for yourselves. Alright, at least we'll be able to have a say regarding what happens to these photos. We gave our phone numbers to the photographer next to the cafe. Nah. Walking back to the hotel, I noticed a shop for artists and proposed we go in. I want to buy something for my work. Can you wait? Leo nodded and took looking at the magazine mount, but then his phone rang. Yes, no, no way. Yes, no, no way. Look, alright, wait for me. Something happened? Nothing major, but I need to leave now. Sorry, I've got an important work meeting. I'll call you in a taxi. Are you kidding me? The hotel is 15 minutes away. I'll walk. Leo left and I wandered the aisles slowly, picking the stuff I needed. The door creaked and some guy walked in. I stared at him, trying to remember who he reminded me of. Is he from the other place? I already forgot who they were. Blum, I think? Miss Burnell, sorry for approaching me here. I won't take much of your time. He sounded dry, businesslike, and at the same time rather insolent. He was sitting next to us in the cafe. Are you following me? Who are you? You're about to figure it out. Yesterday you took something before I got the chance to, and it was very disappointing. Only to you, I suppose. We can work it out. I'll offer you a very decent sum for fixing this nuisance. Tell Mr. Blum I'm not interested. Goodbye. He tried to say something else, but I wouldn't listen. I paid for my purchases and left. I walked a narrow, empty street and kept looking back. Of course she picked a narrow, empty street to go and walk out. I kept looking back, afraid he'd follow me, but I regained calm as soon as I was sure I was alone. Great, now I can walk more slowly. No. Pick up the pace, get back to your hotel, to people. Hello? A narrow, empty street. Like, how dumb can you be? I slowed down, gazing at the buildings and plaques on them. Hurried, shambling footsteps behind me came as a surprise. What the hell did I say? This is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Why would you go down? Like, dude. I guess maybe because I'm just paranoid, but seriously, come on. Stop. The stranger caught up to me and grabbed my wrist painfully. Fight back, call for help, talk. Call for help or talking could be lucky. But I'm on an empty street. Not necessarily. I don't know how likely it is, but that would be lucky if someone did hear me. I don't know what to do. Shoot. I'm gonna try talking. Look, okay. Let me go, it hurts. What do you want? It's about the paintings, honey. Let's do it the nice way or else. I jerked my hand free, but he grabbed me from behind and covered my mouth with his hand. From a side street, a girl rushed to us. She hit him and then twisted his arms behind his back, tripping him to the ground. Breathing heavily, I slumped against the wall and realized I knew her, Alexandra. What do you want from her, you jerk? Speak up. She pressed on his back with her knee and twisted his arm harder. Ow! She has our paintings. I've already told your partner I'm not selling the paintings to Plum. What partner? I'm the only one working for Blum in this country. Let me go, I won't hurt her. I just wanted to scare her. And who was the other guy? Alexandra loosened her grip, looked at me, and finally recognized me. Oh, the doll from yesterday. What a meeting. I think I met you at the right time again. Alexandra remembered you as a doll. Oh, if I had tried to steal her cab, I don't think she would remember me as a doll. Right? I was glad to see her again, and not because of her help. Look, girls, this is very sweet, but I'm at work. Anyway, the boss is willing to pay a huge sum for the paintings to you, honey. I don't know why he wants them so bad. Another person was offering me the same 10 minutes ago. Are you really not working together? For real. Old man Blum has no one but me here, and I don't do art. This is a one-time thing. I can't sell the paintings. Vincent owns them. Talk to him. Nah, I got it. He won't give them to us. We were kind of hoping you would. Alright, here's the number. Call if you change your mind. The mercenary left and we were alone. Alexandra, thank you for helping. Oh, don't call me by my full name. Only my father would do that when he is angry. It's just Sandra. Where were you heading? To my hotel, just around the corner. Oh, I shall walk with you. You're too popular in these streets. While we were walking, I told Sandra about myself, where I came from, and why I was here. We got to the hotel way too soon, and I realized I didn't want to say goodbye to her. So you're a tourist, and I'm a local who must be hospitable. Go somewhere with me tonight. I'll come. I'm glad to see you again. Okay. But I won't be alone. I've got my sister with me, and Leo. We met just today. He's a cool guy. Sandra's expression darkened for a second, but she smiled immediately. Sure, take them both along. She was telling me the address when a very beautiful woman walked out of our hotel swinging her hips. It was impossible to ignore her, and both me and Sandra stared at her in awe. Okay, who is she? Red hair, green eyes. It could be Leo's mom. Or sister, I don't know. She stopped next to me, looking at me with curiosity, then sat in the backseat of a fancy car and drove away. Are you up? How are you feeling? Probably hungry, and you ate without her. I'm fine, I think, but why don't we stay in today, doing nothing? Can we do that on vacation? Sure, let's order some food and watch movies. Min was clearly still reeling from yesterday's events. She fell asleep after a couple of episodes of her favorite show. Meanwhile, I'll work on the portrait now that I've got the tools to clean it up. I was almost done when the world melted before my eyes. And we're going back. That time, my head wasn't aching. It even felt nice, like coming home. I guess I'm not trying to fight it this time. I probably want more information. Empire, the Palace School. Lokatan, so what's your answer? Lil snapped out of her thoughts and looked at the teacher. I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question. She heard a giggle behind her. Mustafa Hojam, be patient. A girl's mind is not as sharp as a man's. Neray. Her dress is gorgeous. Our purpose is to merely adorn the world of noblemen, including these lessons. Don't judge others by yourself, Naraya Katan. My lesson is over. Prepare for the next one. The teacher approached Lel and spoke while the other students were gathering their belongings and leaving. Lel Katan, I get it, believe me. I miss Azad Hassan very much too. But you know how hard it was to succeed in allowing you and Naraya Katan to study in this school. You're the pioneers, and it depends on you whether or not this will be open for other girls. So far, the majority of parents are against it. Soon, we'll be having a science contest for the youth. I want to exhibit you there as a successful example of my system. But for that, you need to collect yourself and work hard. I'm ready to study. I'll do my best not to fail you. I will study hard. Yeah. The next lesson was painting, Lel's favorite subject. Other students wouldn't agree with her on that. They were talking quietly and ignoring the teacher, a young Greek named Demetrius. Aslan, my brush fell. Can you get it for me? Okay, competition with Aslan. Interesting. Here. Several servants walked into the yard, carrying the chest and trunks with someone's possessions. Then Mustafa Hajam appeared with two boys, one seemingly a bit older than Lel, the other 7 years old at most. Get it upstairs. There were 2 spare rooms at the end of the hallway. The teacher sent off the younger boy with the servants and let the older one to the class. Okay, so this must be a new person. Oh, my dear students, allow me to introduce the new pupil of our school, Vlad Basarab Dracula, the son of the ruler of Valahia. That's him. No, that's him. He looks exactly like the guy from earlier. He has an interesting little face. Okay, so we don't have to worry about his son. I feel bad, but we ain't gotta worry about him. You know, by tradition, sons of rulers of the Ottoman Empire subjects spend several years at the court. Well, I'm guessing if he's still his son, though. Oh, wait. I guess he's not his son? Wait. Sultan Murad is so wise and generous that he accepts these young men, allowing them to study along with the Ottomans. Aslan whispered in Lel's ear and leaned in. Right, so that later, when they're rulers in their princedoms, they're loyal to him as their own father. Wise, indeed. Okay, so he's not my cousin. Well, then, young Vlad will join you later, and for now, I'll help him and his brother settle. The newcomer's eyes were like those of a baited wolf. There was sadness, hatred, and pain in them. I'm scared of his stare. He was torn away from his family and sent to a country of the conquerors and enemies of his motherland for a few years. If I were him, I'd still like that too. The class was dismissed, and the students dispersed. Lel was the only one who got so carried away by drawing that she didn't notice anything around her. Lel Katan, may I see your progress? Ooh, it's kind of cute. The teacher came closer to her. Lel tried to cover the sketch with her hands, but it was too late. Lel Katan, are you drawing a man? Is that Azad Hassan? Oh. Am I the one who drew him? He looked around worriedly and covered his sketch with a cloth nervously. Demetrius Hazam, I didn't mean to, but he's practically tearing out from my soul. I cannot draw him. I cannot. I don't know. I think I know what she meant. The teacher studied her face for a moment, then spoke, almost whispering. It's a sign of a true artist. That's how all the masterpieces are created. But you know the laws of your country and the punishment for breaking them. Have you ever painted people? A long time ago, back in my homeland, painting people is not forbidden there, but I have to destroy the sketch to save your life. He took the painting and turned to the exit. I'm gonna persuade him to give it back. Please, Demetrius Hojam, I'll be very careful. No one will know. And even if you take the sketch now, I can do another one. Then what? The teacher looked around one more time and held out the canvas to her unwillingly. Please, just find a place where no one sees you. Lel ran through the garden via the paths only she knew and soon got to a small summer house. She got out of her pocket and watch and nodded contentedly. Just in time before they come here. She slipped into the house and soon returned without her sketch. That's when Dalit, Safi's beloved, emerged from the bushes looking around with caution. There it is. The place I told you about. The house has been abandoned for years, but it's cozy inside. But I heard... Right. Those tales about how its owner was rubbing shoulders with evil spirits and then died a horrible death. Nonsense. It was always quiet and peaceful when I come here, and this house's bad reputation is exactly what you need. What do you do here, Lokatan? Just hi, but I'm tired of everyone. Alright, I've gotta go. Come inside. Lil went out from the garden and saw some fuss at the terrace in front of the palace. Two Bastanji were dragging a dog on the leash while she howled and pushed back with all her paws. Oh, it's his dog. Oh, poor thing. Son's dog. Laura rushed to them, but she was outpaced. The newcomer from the classroom ran to the Bastanji. If you can't deal with animals, don't try to. Where are you dragging her? Who are you, kid? Stay out of our way. I'm just trying to help. He squatted and petted the dog. Her scared eyes were looking at him with hope. The dog of late Sazad Hassan. He used to keep her in his private quarters, but now she belongs at the doghouse. Wait, whose order was that? Vlad turned around. The Bastanji just bent low before her. Lokatan, there's no one else to take care of her, so we... I see. I'll take care of her. This is our pet for this story. Yay! At least one of them. We could get more. If there's no one to take care of her, I will. There are 100 dogs at the doghouse, and not all of them are friendly. It's a horrible place for a house dog who's used to being loved. The Bastanji stared at her in shock, but failed to find any objections and gave the leash to her. Lil unbuckled her collar, and the dog jumped and wiggled her tail excitedly. Oh. Wow, that's beautiful. Wow, that's really beautiful. I wish I could get a picture of the full thing. The guardsman left, and Lil wandered to the garden in confusion, thinking about what she should do next. The newcomer called up to her. Lokatan, what are you going to do with the pet? Your impulse to save the dog is very noble, but I don't think you live alone. Vlad liked you stood up for the dog. I live with my chaperone. She's a kind woman. I'm sure she'll understand. I just need time to prepare her. For now, I'll hide the dog. It's not a personal diary. You can't hide her in the bushes. Lil felt irritated. What does he want? I don't know what to do without him messing with me. Hold on. Did he say the bushes? Right. I'll take her to the house in the garden. Lil hoped Vlad would leave, but he kept walking along. You must be very busy. I don't want to distract you. I'm not busy at all. The classes only start tomorrow, and no one cares about us the rest of the time. That's not true. Uncle Murad is... Ah, so I'm on to talk to the Sultan's niece. What a turn of events, Your Highness. That's kind of cute when he smiles. Why is he talking to me as if he's mocking me? He's a captive, yet he's so insolent. They walked in silence for some time. Lil cast a few glances at him. A noble profile, fair skin, and sky-colored eyes. There's something charismatic about him. Do all Valahians, I don't know, speak Turkish so well? Do you think it's a country of dumb barbarians? It's a normal thing for an educated person to know several languages. Oops. Since your wonderful uncle invaded my country and filled it with his soldiers, many Valahian people know Turkish. His face darkened, Lil felt awkward and decided to change the subject. You stood up for the dog too. Do you like animals? I do, and she and I are alike in some way. Who is her master and what's her name? She belongs to my cousin, but I don't know her name. That means you can name her now. Any ideas? I think I'll call her... Oh. I don't know. I don't know what to call her. I need a minute. For various reasons, I think I'm gonna name her Diana. Don't ask me how I got here, but I did. So, yes, it's his turn. It was a long process. I don't know how I got there, but that's what I ended up landing on, so that's just what it's gonna be. They approached the bushes where the garden house was hidden. Lil hesitated. She didn't want to reveal her hideaway. Suddenly, Diana rushed forward with gleeful barking. Vlad ran after her, and Lil had to follow them. Diana, come back. Don't... It was too late. The hound leapt into the clearing in front of the house. Whoa, does someone live here? No, the owner is long dead. It's empty. It's a great place to hide Diana for now. Were you taking her here? Yes, but please, don't tell anyone. Don't worry. We let the dog into the inner court. Lil made her a bedding in the shadow and left her a flat bowl with rainwater. Behave well, darling. I'll get you from here tomorrow. The hound clearly took a liking to the new place. She laid down on the bedding, content. Lil and Vlad locked the gate and walked back into the garden. Unbeknownst to Lil, the pathway led them to the part of the garden where the mosque was. By tradition, the turban was next to it. It's an ancestral tomb for sultans and their family. Turban. Lil came to a stop. She realized that somewhere there, so close, Hassan's body lay. Are we allowed to go in there? Oh, nope, we are not allowed. No, nope. You know, honestly, looking at the vampire again, that's the same hair color as Flat, and kind of the same facial structure, like the longer chin, for sure. That could be him. It most likely is, to be honest. Something to keep in mind. Ooh, and maybe that other guy, the one who approached me first to buy the painting, maybe it was him. And that's how we run into him soon. And the president? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe. You gotta be kidding me. I have to redo all that shit over again. That took way longer than it was supposed to. I had to restart twice because when I was like just clicking and clicking and clicking away, I clicked past the part where I named my dog. So I had to start over because that's so far back into this thing. Oh my god. Anyway, we're leaving. Okay? It's hard for me to be here. Vlad nodded understanding and I turned back to the palace. And that's not even a luck choice. Rude. The moment Lila walked into the palace, a servant approached her to tell her Sultan Murad was waiting for her in his private quarters. Lila was surprised as her uncle called for her very rarely. She ran. Good to see you, darling. How are you? Lil bowed and uttered several cliches that etiquette required. Leave it all. Do you miss Hassan? Yes, my lord, I miss him. My cousin was so kind. But why is he asking? The Sultan walked the hall back and forth and his face looked tense. Hassan was a very radiant boy, just like your mother. Alas, radiant people leave my life. 3 sons. My 3 sons have perished. I'm the one to blame. He stopped and looked at his niece with pain in his eyes. Lil was crumpling the hem of her dress, frightened. She'd never seen that strong, unflinching man like this before. I need to say something, but I should find the right words. Don't make me pick. Oh my god. You're not to blame. The thunderstorm is. The guards are. No one is. Is he just looking for something to blame? Do not make me start this over again. Oh my gosh. That took freaking forever. I'm sorry if I have to start it over again. I'm gonna take a break for like an hour or 2. I'm saying no one is. There's no point in blaming anybody. Especially not you. It's fate. God's will. Oof. Alas, my kind girl. It's not God's will. It's a curse. I wouldn't have... I found the right words? I did? I wouldn't have said that was the right word. She took that a bit far. I'm paying for my mistake, for the death of his innocent soul. The Sultan tugged at his collar as if it was hard for him to breathe. I mean, what did he do? It looked like he wanted to say something, but couldn't. They spent several painfully long minutes silent. No one can understand me. The Sultan does respect you enough to tell you what's on his mind. Did I miss something along the way? How am I supposed to gain his respect? I don't understand. Should I have gone in the tomb? And it said I found the right words. So I don't understand. I can't help but think it's something I did wrong in this chapter. I can't help but think that it's for... Because I went back and watched it again. And... I don't know. I get the feeling, since the other choice didn't do anything, maybe one of the other choices was only luck, and so one of the choices is only bravery, and the other one doesn't do anything. We've had choices like that before. So maybe it was going into the you know, the tomb place. The Turbay, I think. I have to do this again! You know, just get it over with. Just get it over with. It's fine. Unless I messed something up in the first episode. I don't think so. I feel like I was doing pretty good. But I don't know, bro. I guess we'll see. Okay, we're back for hopefully the final time. We're going in. They're gonna care that it's a bravery point. I think this is what I'm missing. Need to visit a loved one. I can come with you if you want to. If you want to, yeah, go ahead and come with me. They walked into the stone arch. Oh wow. It's beautiful and sad all at the same time. It was cold inside. In the center of the turbay, there was a coffin and an ornate cover. Lel stood by it quietly. She remembered her cousin's kind and cheerful nature and the bright future that was awaiting them. I missed him so much. He was a good person. The heir wanted to study in the school along with the others. He was always kind to everyone. Wait. I think we have a problem, guys. I think we have a problem. Hold on. What if... This is a vampire story. What if his dad brings him back to life somehow? Because his dad knows something about curses and death or something going on. What if he brings him back to life? And if he comes back to life how he was before, he was really mad at me. Crap. I may need to go back and do episode 1 and 2. I'm not gonna do it right now. I've already been recording for 2 hours. Oh my god. And I did record Legends of the Willow before this. Dude, I need a break. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to redo episode 1, if my suspicions are correct. The heir wanted to study in school along with the others. He was always kind to everyone. He even died because he went to look for his dog in a thunderstorm. I didn't think I'd say such a thing about an Ottoman, but I'm sorry he died. Vlad sympathizes with you. They came closer and touched Lel's shoulder gently. She was startled. She wanted him to hug her to hide her from the pain in his arms, but he stood still, so she stepped to him, put her hands on his shoulders, and buried her face in his chest. He didn't raise his arms to hold her back. He just kept standing. Lel looked into his face. It seemed a pale mask in the darkness of the turbay. And only his eyes, his ethereal light blue eyes, were alive, burning with some vague feeling. Lel felt awkward, so she pulled back and approached the coffin again. I keep asking myself, why him? Why Hassan? Oh, and he comes and... Okay, he sees me here. Keep asking myself this question too. The most horrible thing is that I know the answer. Lel turned around, bewildered. There, at the entrance of the tomb, was standing Uncle Murad, my respects. Padishah. I'm glad I ran into you here. You remember Hassan. There it is, guys. The Sultan noticed Vlad standing silently by a wall in the darkness. Ah, it's you, my young friend. See, you're already making friends here. You're keeping company with the Padishah's niece. You're not locked in a cage, not starved. You're about to understand the Ottomans are not your enemies. Go, children. I want to be alone with my son. Lel, come to my quarters in the evening. I'll send a servant for you. Vlad and Lel said their goodbyes and left the turbay. Lel got back to the palace and began waiting for the evening impatiently. Uncle Murad calls me very rarely. What does he want to talk about? Finally, around 8 o'clock, a servant came to escort her to the Sultan's quarters. I love the music. Glad to see you, darling. How are you? Okay, so we went through all this before. Oh, you said something different there. So you came to the turban to visit Hassan, and that means a lot. Okay, sorry. The Sultan walked to the hall back and forth, and his face looked tense. Okay, now we get to the part where we've seen this before. Say something. Apparently this was the right words before. You found the right words. Okay. Say something. Hassan wanted you to become his wife. But how do you know? The Sultan searched something in his pockets and soon got out a small box. Before he died, he ordered this jewel from my best jeweler. Your name is engraved on it. He wanted you to wear it. It's not some trinket. Sultans give jewels like this to their future wives during engagement. But you never got to become his fiancé, but it's still yours. Take it and wear it. Is it the blue amulet? Oh, no. It's a tiara. Or it could be a tiara. Let's see what else it is. A ruby tika. Or a simple tika. This one's cool though. You're so beautiful. The Sultan respects you, so he gave you the jewel. Lil felt relief upon noticing that her uncle's mood got better. The Bastanji guarding the Sultan's chambers outside walked in and bowed. Padishah, Sazad Mehmed is here. The Sultan's face changed expression. Wait, wasn't he the one who became the new Sultan? He smiled forcedly and nodded to the guard. Let him in. Lel, do you remember your cousin Mehmed? You were both 5 years old when... He hesitated. The door opened and a young man stepped into the hall. Greetings, father. It's been a while. He looks like a jerk. Yeah. He's kind of cute, but he looks like a jerk. And my cousin, so once again, not going there. Lo found herself so astonished she couldn't utter a word. A cousin? Mehmed? There's another son? But why has no one ever mentioned him? Mehmed turned to her and looked at her with something very unpleasant in his eyes. Yes? It's your cousin Lel. Sure you don't remember each other, but you used to play together when we were kids. Lel focused on her thoughts, trying to catch the evasive memory. Then a scene flashed before her eyes. A little girl, Fear, the race course and horses, and people kneeling over someone lying in the sand. Hassan? No, it's not Hassan. It's a boy who's about 5 years old, Mehmed. Her head spun and Lel blacked out. Okay, back to the present. I don't want to sleep, right? You're sleeping more than I am. No, I don't want to sleep, right? What time is it? Time to go to bed. It was dark outside. Millie laughed. So much for sightseeing. We slept the entire day. What are we going to do tonight? Oh, I promised Sandra. She invited me to a local hangout. When did you manage to find a new friend? Can I come? Sure, and we'll take Leo. Can you fetch him? I need to clean up. Millie ran away and soon returned with Leo. Leo walked straight to me and offered me his hand. Your relationship with Leo is good enough. My fair lady, I'm ready to accompany you. We pushed through a crowd of cheerful youngsters and got into a big loud hall. Music was blaring, some people danced to it, some sat at their booths. Oh! Ooh, you're here! Hooray! Let's get to our booth. There were several people already there. I introduced my companions to Sandra, as did she. The vibe was very pleasant and relaxed, as if we were visiting our old friends. Delicious food, drinks, and small talk with nice people. Leo was by my side all night, acting like we've been a couple for years. When he went out, Sandra moved closer to me. Jeez. So, what's between you and the handsome guy? I think... I would say it's getting serious. We kissed like all of once and we met him like yesterday. I don't know about serious, but I would say it's a bit early to tell. I think he's cute, but what can you really tell when you've known someone for 2 days? Sometimes you can. She looked at me with a bit more fervor than girlfriends usually do. Why don't we go outside for a moment? It's getting stuffy in here. Sure, let's go. Millie, are you coming? My sister was in the middle of a lovely chat with some guy from Sandra's bunch, so she just waved us off. Nah, go ahead. There were many people outside. Couples and cliques were standing here and there. The summer night was so warm and the air was so fresh that we didn't feel like coming back inside. Let's go for a walk. There's a small park nearby. We can sit down there. I'd love to. And here's just the right bench. We sat down. Sandra moved closer, touched my pinky finger with hers, and traced it up and down gently. I like it. Let's just go with it. I turned to her and ran my fingertips up her arm, from her palm to her elbow to her shoulder. She touched my hair, tucking a lock behind my ear softly. Her fingers tickled my neck. I felt shivers running down my skin. You suddenly noticed Sandra's face grew more and more surprised. Did I do something wrong? Why is she staring? But she wasn't looking at me. She was looking behind me. I turned around. Several feet from us, a couple emerged from the bushes. The girl was trilling with laughter, intertwining her arm around the guy's neck. It was the beautiful woman Sandra and I saw at the hotel that morning. And the guy walking next to her was Leo. I flinched as if from a blow. This woman, she must have been at his hotel room this morning. That's his work meeting. Sandra, I'll kill him, I'll kill her, I'll tell him. Oh, you mean as in tell him off? Dude, I'm pretty sure that's his mom. And he probably just found her drunk somewhere, and that's why she's draped all over him. I'm serious, she looked at me with kind of a recognition, as if he had said something about me before. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything really to get mad at. I think the safest option here, to avoid myself looking like an idiot, is to let's get out of here. I sprang to my feet. Sandra hesitated. Please, now. Malia already noticed me. Melody, where are you going? I grabbed Sandra by her hand and practically dragged her along. Melody, look, maybe we should have talked, cleared it all up. I trusted him. I thought he was a nice, honest guy. Ugh, I can't believe him. You were just flirting with her, so... I don't really understand. If you're really that upset by her, then you should let me know. Like, I think this is blown out of proportion. I think she's being super dramatic, and I wish I had a choice in it. But like okay. Let's just leave now. I mean, we didn't actually see them do anything. Alright, I'll go fetch Millie. I felt completely drained as I asked the driver to take us to the hotel. I don't get it. What happened? I was having so much fun and then bam, we're leaving. And where'd Leo go? I just don't feel so good. And Leo, he's got some business. Sandra, I'm sorry I ruined the night. That's alright. There are other nights. We'll talk tomorrow. Rest for now. Sandra left and Millie and I got upstairs to our room. Maybe we left just in time. It's so romantic. We ran away like Cinderellas. Alright, I'm going to bed. My sister left to her room and I crashed onto the bed, unable to bring myself to undress. How come? What's between him and the woman? What's between you and Sandra? It's like, what the fuck? Are you okay? You can't have him all to yourself and then be mad when he's with other people. Like, like I don't get it. It's like the game is acting like I was only interested in him, and it was like, that's really strange. The saddest thought rolled through my head. I couldn't fall asleep. Really? You losing sleep over it? I'll go down to the hotel bar and have a drink. I looked into the mirror, fixed my runny mascara. You were crying? And went down. She's serious? Wow. The bar was pretty crowded. I walked up to the counter, ordered a cocktail, and looked around, watching the guests. One man's back seemed familiar to me. His companion was facing me and also reminded me of someone. The guy from the artist tool shop. I knew it! It's gonna be Vlad. He noticed me too and said something to the other man. He turned around. Vincent? Oh. No, I don't know who this is. Who is this? Melody? My boss who was in the... Oh, my boss name is Vincent, that's right. Wait, then why did he have that guy try to buy it from me? Or are they just talking, trying to... My boss who was in the USA just yesterday is now sitting in a Romanian hotel bar with the guy who tried to buy the paintings from me. My belle amie, sit with us, darling. Fancy running into you here. He beamed, hugged my shoulders, and sat me down at their booth. I cast a sideways glance at his companion. Vincent, and this is? Our Romanian colleague, Jean, and yes, I know he offered to sell you the paintings. My brain refused to take in this new wave of weirdness and just froze. Vincent hesitated. To sigh, Melody. Everyone only looks nice in our field, but there are so many crooks, so many dishonest people. I was worried Blum would find you and repurchase the painting, so I asked John here to get ahead of him. Wait, so you sent him to me to test me? To see if I agree to sell them to your business rival? Generally speaking, yes. And you have no idea how glad I am that you told him no. I've always believed in you, my girl. Yeah, it clearly shows. You know what, Vincent? Wait, if he takes the paintings, will I be able to get back to the past? Surely I will be. Take your paintings or it hurts. Just take the paintings. Oh no. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm redoing this whole thing anyway. I'll just remember to choose the other one next time. I'll get upstairs right now and bring you the canvases. Since you're so worried, just keep them. Come on, I've been betrayed so many times. How can I fully trust someone? Vincent made a show of rolling his eyes and putting on a martyr's air. And by the way, you refused to sell them today. What if you change your mind tomorrow? Bring them to me. I already said I was going upstairs. Oh, I will. I own these paintings. I paid for them. You must be grateful for being able to touch these rare things at my expense. Excuse me? What the fuck is going on right now? I already told you I was bringing you the paintings twice now. What the fuck are you acting like trash? Like the trash that you look like right now. You look like an idiot and now you're sounding like one. Tears welled up in my eyes. I had already been through too much today. I felt like throwing the canvases at his face, but my heart clenched at the thought of losing them forever. I never get to the past again and never solve this mystery. Mr. Vincent, are you willing to sell the paintings? The three of us turned around and I was stupefied. It's Vlad. He looks better older though. I wasn't sure on the cover, but he looks good. I like it. Okay, is there something you're willing to sell them to me for? I'll pay anything. Just name your price. Vincent looked confused, but his eyes darted, full of greed. The fuck? So it would have been pissed if I tried to sell them. I'm gonna try to, like, yeah, sell them. But now he's willing to just part with them, just like that. Idiot. He checked out the respectable demeanor of the man, took a napkin, and wrote a number on it. The number of zeros danced before my eyes. There, and they're all yours. Alright, I'm ready to pay right away. There's one condition, though. We'll title them in Miss Burnell's name. They will belong to her. Okay. Interesting. Okay, and it looks like that's it for now. Escape from the hotel in my new unusual home. Wait, is he buying me too? Like, what? Okay. Interesting. The story is certainly interesting. I do like it. I do like it. I thought it was weird how she acted with Leo at the end there. That was still a little strange for me. I guess I didn't consider myself that serious about it, so I'm kind of shocked that she's that serious about it. I don't know, especially when she was flirting with. It's like that was a weird choice there. I mean, I don't know, but that's fine. Overall, though, I like the way it's set up, and it kind of gives you like little historical facts and phrases. That's really cool. Of course, I said the whole thing is not going to be factual. Of course, that's fine, but. I love the music. The art is really nice. The setting is really nice. Yeah, but I definitely want to make some different choices. One of those is being, I'm still not gonna kiss Hassan, but when I'm talking to Aslan, and he's like, "Who would you rather have been with, him or me?" I'm gonna choose Hassan, so that way I can at least avoid kissing my cousin, but at the same time, I can leave him with a pleasant thought of me should he come back from the dead, because there's going to be vampires in the story. That's just how this is going to go. It's called Dracula for a reason, so there's going to be that. And I'm curious, the Vlad that we saw in the present, if he's a vampire, it could be the same exact one. And once again, I'm pretty sure that vampire that we saw in the park who attacked Millie is probably him. That's my theory. That's where I'm at with it. But yeah, overall I'm enjoying it. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So I guess we'll look forward to it and see what we do next time. But yeah, I'm gonna redo that one choice that I told you about with Hassan there, and also choose It Hurts later here so I can get my point in luck instead of bravery. So we'll just see how that goes. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and show that like button, some love, subscribe to see more content like this, and I will see you next time. Bye!